Alright guys, so I'm finally able to reach the 7-7 pity or 777 pity on this starter rush banner here. Like I said before, I think that this banner has single-handedly the best value for a returning slash new player ever. They're giving out really good URs, super good festival units that are still used even to this day. And then they're giving out an LR for free and LR Elizabeth. It just has a really good value. Like, no matter what anyone says, this banner is wild. So that's the reason why I'm subbing on it in general. But also, when you reach the 777 pity, you're able to get your choice of an LR or LR coins. Excuse me. So, keep that in mind. But all right, guys, before I get into it, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. You guys have been showing massive support as of recently, and I really, really appreciate each and every one of you. So thank you guys so much. I've been enjoying making Grand Cross content. So if you guys keep watching, I'll keep making it. So yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and let's just jump right into it. So like I said, I'm going to reach the 777 pity. I'll do the multi like once I'm done talking about it, but 777 pity. So you have your choice of an LR, or you can pick LR coins. Now, LR Estarossa, when I'm recording this video, is going to be coming out on a Thursday, which is June 4th. So in a couple of days here, we're going to be getting LR Estarossa. Now, I know a lot of people might not have, if you're a returning player and or new player, you might not have him, right? You gotta have to buy him from the coin shop, which, is gonna take, I don't like the way they have the coin shop units, honestly, because they're so old. But with them getting LRs, I guess you can sort of make the case that 7 platinum coins is good, right? I guess. But anyway, if you want the LR coins just in case LR Estarossa comes out, I think that would be or not just in case he comes out, but when he does release, so that way you have them. I think that'd be a pretty good thing to do. If you already have the legendary coins for him, then obviously, don't listen to what I'm saying, just grab an LR. But I also think it'd be good to stockpile on these guys too, because they don't give them out a lot. Usually you have to do it in an event or something like that. Like right now we have the Leonis Defense War, which gives you LR seals, and we have a couple of shops which are giving them out right now. But in total, they don't really give these out a lot, right? I have 32, so they really don't. They're not that generous with those. But anyway. So let's go ahead and let's look at the LR selection jewel list. Like I said, LR Estarossa, from when I'm recording this video, he's not out yet. So of course he's not going to be on this banner, but it's still a decent list, right? A decent size list. So we'll start with the top row, and automatically, unfortunately, Gil Thunder, Hauser, and Greymore. Now, again, I haven't used them and I haven't seen people use them, but I think the reason they haven't used them is because they suck. I don't know how useful they are and what content, but I haven't seen people even touch these guys, so I'm gonna play it safe and say absolutely not, just skip those 3. But when it comes to King and Bond, you could get them. Bond is more of a PvP unit, but King can actually be used in like Demon King battle. I've seen people use him in Endora. I've seen people use King, right? It's not like people don't use King. Is he absolutely like the best choice? Probably not, but he's still a relatively solid option. Same thing with Bond if you're gonna run him in PvP, especially with Nemesis Meliodas running around. They make a pretty good combo, so that wouldn't be the worst. Like, those two wouldn't be the worst choice. But would I say, are they the top choice? Probably not, right? Probably not. So then we skip to the second row. Now the second row, remember, LR Elizabeth is free, so you don't even have to worry about her on this banner. She's free. So you really have to worry about Escanor, Gloxinia, Gallon, and Helbram. Now, off the rip, unfortunately, I'm going to have to say absolutely not to Gloxinia and Gallon, just because in terms of like importance, Gallon definitely is like at the bottom, but Gloxinia can be used in the rat. I've heard that he's not bad, but obviously with all the choices and units that have come out recently, he isn't really used much anymore, and that's probably his only real use case. So I'd say LR Gloxinia probably not, but LR Helbram, You know, if you're running a fairy team, he could be a good unit just because fairies, you know, are kind of strong. So you know, it wouldn't be the worst choice if you wanted to pull him if you care about PvP, or pick him if you care about PvP. But and I would definitely say no to Helram 2, just in my personal opinion. So this whole row, you know, basically besides Escanor, is, you know, I wouldn't even really consider Escanor right now. He's probably amongst the top three that I would pick, just because he is that strong. LR Escanor is very, very powerful. He works super well on human comps. He is very, 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 very busted on human teams. So, what I say, you know, is he, you know, probably top three. You want to get him. Would I say he's needed? I don't know if he's necessarily needed, but he will help you clear most, if not all, not most content in the game. Right? He is just that good. I definitely would put him in the top three. So he's one of my choices if you were to pick an LR from this list right here. So then we go to the third row. So the third row, not looking real good. I mean, Lolly Merlin did get buffed. I'm not sure what all that entails, but if I had to say anything, I think I would pick Lolly Merlin. So it's between Lolly Merlin and Cusack. Cusack hasn't, he isn't like the, I don't want to say he's in the greatest because he's really strong. It's just that no one really uses him anymore because we have better DPS options. But with demons, getting a little bit of love, Cusack could make a return. He could make a return. So, but would I say pick him? No. I think if you're gonna pick anyone from this row, it's gonna be Lolly Merlin. Would she be in my top three? No, but she definitely is in the top five, probably, right? Top five, maybe like top, yeah, definitely top five, definitely top five. So I definitely would pick Merlin if you got Escanor already and you're not feeling it. Definitely pick Merlin if you want to go for more of a unit that is good in specific scenarios. She's not like the absolute craziest, I don't think, but she could be pretty good. She could be pretty good. Okay, so then we get to the last row, and off the rip, I'm not gonna pick Margaret and Brunhild. Unfortunately, I don't think I would pick Brunhild either. She's very good too, though. But I wouldn't pick them. Again, we have a lot of options for supports. We have a lot of options for DPS right now, and I just think that overall, with the Sins team kind of being built up and the Demon team, getting some love, I don't think getting LR Margaret from here, or Brunhild is the way to go, just in my personal opinion. But that doesn't mean they're bad, right? That doesn't mean they're terrible. It just means that I wouldn't pick them in terms of importance. But then we get to Gowther and Diane. Now these two, I would say, if I had to be completely honest, I would say number one pick, if you're gonna select out of here, would probably be LR Escanor. LR Diane is super good given attack related stats, with the stance and everything like that. She's super, super strong. Gowther being a phenomenal support. But I probably would rank Escanor as number one now that I'm thinking about it, just because he is that powerful. He's a super strong DPS. He is a very, very good at supporting the team, humans and Sins. I think that overall, he's just going to be much more useful than everyone on this list. I do think so. I do. Right, he'll get your human team started at the very least. So I do think Escanor is probably number one. Number two is going to be Diane. Again, Diane is very, very powerful. She's almost needed in the Supreme Deity. So if you're going to do the Supreme Deity content, she's almost like needed for the Sins or the Nemesis Meliodas comp. You kind of need her because she gives so much attack related stats. It's not even funny. Same thing with Escanor. Again, Escanor is super good in that content too. Gowther, so Gowther is good. I don't know if the red UR Gowther is better, but if he is, then you won't literally be able to use Gowther because of the fact that they have the same name, but maybe they're interchangeable, right? Maybe they're interchangeable, but I don't think Gowther, right? LR Gowther is like, he's really good. I just don't think that, you know, when it comes to team building, he's like, oh my god, you absolutely need him. Whereas for the Sins team, you kind of need Escanor and Deanne. You kind of do need those two because of the buffs they got. So, that's what I would say. So if I had to pick, number one would be LR Escanor for sure. He definitely would be the option I would go for. Number two would be Deanne. Number three would be Gowther. And then kind of after that, it's up to you who you want to, like, who you think is important, right? If you don't want Escanor, Deanne, or Gowther, maybe you don't want any of the Sins, you kind of want to just get units you don't have, you know, maybe like you don't have Galen, you don't have Lost Debate because he's the first LR, I believe. You don't have Margaret, so you know it's kind of up to you at that point. But if you're, you know, trying to beat content, I really think Escanor is the way to go. So I would pick LR Escanor if it was me. But again, this is just my opinion. You are free to choose whoever you absolutely want. But yeah, Escanor definitely is the choice that I would do. All right, let's get this multi out of the way and let me pick my goddamn legendary seals. Finally, Jesus, this banner really good. 5% raids, giving you really good units and stuff like that. Overall, just a very, very, very good banner. Hope they do this again with another banner in the future. Because it would be super, super fun to see. You know, I'm gonna let this animation play because it's Escanor, but it'd be super, super, you know, fun to see them do this with more updated LRs too, like Roxy. Who else is an LR? I guess Esterosa when he releases, right? There's gonna be a new LR. You know, just it'll be fun to see if they do this and keep it updated. Because I know a lot of people. Ooh, we're gonna get the ultimate one too. Okay, okay, that's a nice little last summon on this banner. All right, it'd just be super cool to see them, you know, keep banners updated like this. Hopefully 5% rates come back, right? I don't think 7% rates is gonna come back for a little bit, but hopefully they keep. Ooh, Demon King! I got the Demon King. Nice. Okay. Okay, I got Demon King. I don't know how good he is, but I'll take it for, you know, collection purposes. Okay, nice, 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 nice. I'll have to look into them later, but all right, let me get my legendary seal so that way I'll be good for Esterosa. And yeah, that's gonna wrap up that banner for me. Wow, that was a pretty crazy banner. I got a lot of units from this banner too. I got a lot of units. I didn't get Queen Hell, but that's okay. I didn't get Freya, so the only ones I was missing is literally Freya and Hell. Yeah, that's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. But all right, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up. I yapped on long enough. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it again. Thank you for all the love you guys have been showing the channel. You guys have been helping me out so much with the algorithm and outreach. You guys don't even know. But I'll wrap it up. Hopefully you'll have a great rest of your day, and I will see you later.